In this video, you're going to learn about some strategies that you can implement straight away if you choose to. Many businesses and successful online ventures started off with something similar, and I'll be using examples throughout this course to prove to you that these techniques work. Strategy number 1, demonstration. This is one of the easiest ways to utilize videos to start an online business or to market something. Videos allow you to shoot a continuous capture of something happening. On a linear scale, you would probably rank written instructions as toward the lower end of the scale. Let's take something that is pretty difficult to explain as an example, like origami. If you've ever tried to make a paper crane, one of the most basic forms of the traditional Japanese art of paper folding, then you would have realized that it takes a lot more than a set of instructions to actually master this technique. It's important to realize that everyone has different ways of learning. Some people might actually learn well by reading instructions. Some people follow images better. However, it's safe to say that for the majority of people, if they had someone demonstrating that activity in front of them, they would definitely learn that activity a lot faster. So you have an idea of how people use this every day. It's safe to say that for any interest or hobby you have, there are people out there who are demonstrating it. You only have to go as far as YouTube or even Google to find videos demonstrating what you want to know how to do. A more specific site is ehow.com. How do I questions are one of the most frequently asked questions online. More often than not, when you're surfing the web, you're bound to find an eHow video lurking around. This site is particularly successful because it is mainly user-controlled. Anyone can be an expert and submit an article or a video demonstrating how to do something. And that's where the beauty of video lies. By physically demonstrating something, you're doing a number of things that are going to help you build your online business. Number 1, you're proving that you're not a theoretical expert, but someone who has been through the trenches, making whatever you say more believable. Number 2, you give yourself more credibility, and people who watch your video can put a face and a voice to a name, making you more trustworthy. Someone who does this very well is Salman Khan of KhanAcademy.org. Khan quit his well-paying corporate job to focus on creating videos that explain different concepts that are difficult to understand in school. From biology to economics, elementary math to complex calculus, Khan is loved by tens of thousands around the world for his simple take on concepts that a lot of students struggle to understand in a class environment. Use camstudio.org. If you visit camstudio.org, you can download free screen capture software called Cam Studio. This works exactly the same as Camtasia, but only has the necessary functions to make a video. If there's something that people are having trouble with online, perhaps some coding or programming, or the installation of something, you can demonstrate it on Cam Studio and put it up on a forum, upload it to YouTube or your own website. Alternatively, you can use any everyday digital camera to also show the world how to do something. The only downside to this is that people will see your face, and if you're uncomfortable with that, then this might not be the best option for you. Make a whole new product. Something to realize in internet marketing is that most of the information out there isn't new. A lot of stuff that you purchase can be found online for free. Something that you might pay a lot for might be worth a little the next day. It's all to do with the perception of the product itself and how you market it. This simply involves repackaging something you already have into something that suits other people. This isn't plagiarism because plagiarism involves the blatant replication of something someone else owns and passing it off as your own. What you can do essentially is purchase an ebook you've been meaning to buy to solve a problem that you have, read it, understand it, digest it, then create a video series on it. This video series can then be sold as an individual product on its own at a place like clickbank.com. If that particular niche is particularly information hungry, it could turn out to be a very lucrative course. Even if something isn't demonstratable, it can be as simple as you talking in the background while going through some PowerPoint slides or using mind map software to explain a particular concept as you're going along. Outsource video production. As a marketer, you don't actually have to be an expert in anything. Your job is to identify profitable niches, then find ways that you can make a profit from that niche. Millions of dollars have been made by people who put two and two together. They knew that there was a demand for a particular problem. They knew someone who was an expert in that field, supply. They outsourced the hard part, video creation or demonstration, to them for a cut of half the profits. Everybody wins. Now that is the essence of marketing combined with the power of video. Strategy number 2, emotion. If you missed it in the introduction, I'll repeat it again here. People purchase with emotion and justify with logic. This is an unshakable law of sales and marketing. No matter what you buy, there is a certain human need or want associated with it that makes you want to buy it. Sometimes it isn't obvious. If you're talking about breakfast cereal, it might be a habit to buy it for you, in which case it isn't very emotional. But think about it this way. How would you feel one morning if you didn't have that cereal to eat? What if it was your favorite cereal? What about if it was your children's favorite cereal? What sorts of emotions are associated with those sorts of thoughts? It's only when you stop and think about it that you realize how big a deal it actually is. On a grander scale, it might be something like a Maserati. Any revhead who knew a thing or two about cars would know how hard it is to actually see a Maserati, let alone drive one. What emotions are associated with owning a car like a Maserati? It's also important to note that the emotion of avoiding something, fear, is a lot stronger than the emotion of gaining something, pleasure. The negative emotion is the stronger motivator, and this is something you should keep in mind if you wish to make money in the internet marketing industry. How does this relate to video marketing? Videos provide a medium through which the strongest of emotions can be incited, causing a rush of visitors to your site. These visitors can be subscribers, they can be buyers, they can be whatever you wish, depending on how you make them feel. Even this video that you're watching is making you feel a certain way right now. What are some examples of videos that use emotion that have generated a lot of visitors? Examples. Number 1. Feel good. Think of the Free Hugs video by Juan Mann in Sydney, Australia. He started a global phenomenon, promoting peace and goodwill with a simple act and a simple camera. People are too busy these days, so if they get an opportunity to stop and smell the roses, they'd be reminded of the beauty of life. It's videos like these that do the job. Number 2. Hype. Think of all the big-name internet marketers who use video to create raving customers who can't wait to get their hands on whatever they own. Frank Kern and John Reese do this particularly well. The emotion that this targets is the same emotion you get during Christmas shopping, and you found out there's only 10 more left of a particular gift you wanted to buy. Number 3. Boredom. Think of Natalie Tran on YouTube and her channel, Community Channel. She vlogs about everyday life and alleviates boredom by picking up on the little things in life and turning them into something funny. Again, she is good at what she does, earning a nice amount in advertising commissions from videos on her channel. She is still a student in higher education, so this income supplements her lifestyle well. Now, let us see how you can monetize the emotion strategy. Number 1, start vlogging. This is probably the easiest option in terms of technicality, but not one that's chosen often because it involves showing your face to the world. The appeal of internet marketing lies in the belief that you don't have to do a lot of marketing to make something well, when that is far from true. It's a shame that most people still don't know what marketing means, even when they consider themselves internet marketers. They identify a demand for something and supply whatever it is to that audience. Simple as that. Naturally, there is going to be competition, so you have to stand out. One of the best ways to stand out is to form a relationship with your customers online. This can be done by simply writing about yourself and blogging regularly, but imagine if you made a simple, short, 1-minute video about yourself and who you were. Which would you prefer, watching the video or reading an About Me? This sort of trust takes time to earn, and this is a proven way to accelerate that consolidation of trust. People engage with people. They don't engage with websites. Show your face and your audience will come to trust you over other people. This will take time to turn into money, but you will have something there that most marketers crave for: traffic. Number 2, let's get personal. This is really a continuation of the previous suggestion, but it works well. If your site is particularly focused on one aspect, like business or blogging, throwing in the occasional video about something else tends to bring in more visitors. It shows you are human and enjoy going off topic from time to time, and it's a bit of relief from all the meaty stuff. To really take this technique to the next level, you can throw in the occasional personal vlog about yourself. Talking about something like a failure you had recently and relating it back to the topic of your website will bring in droves of visitors. That's how you combine personality with professionalism. Number 3, read between the lines. This last tip doesn't actually involve making videos. One of the best parts about YouTube is being able to comment on a video. It allows users to voice their opinions about something. If you want to conduct some effective market research, just go to YouTube and look up videos that deal with your niche. Look at the other videos that other people might have posted up and scroll down to the bottom to read the responses. Have a general scan of the comments and look for anything that might jump out at you. Look for emotions like fear, desperation, anger, frustration, and see if this is something you can incorporate into your market strategy. There's a big chunk of your market research done right there.